Hello everyone, we are discussing the essentials of a valid contract in detail in smaller videos and dedicated sessions. So this video deals with the aspect relating to capacity of parties. That is, we all know that two parties are required in order to enter into a contract. You need at least two people, the offerer and the offeree, the promiser and the promisee, or the proposer and the proposee. You may have more than two parties to a contract, but the parties who enter into a contract with each other have to be competent to contract, and in this video we'll be discussing the nitty-gritty of that aspect. This is Dr. Mariam Narona taking you through the details of this topic. So let's look at what it means when we say contracting parties must be competent to contract. According to Section 11 of the Indian Contract Act 1872, every person is competent to contract who is of the age of majority according to the law to which he is subject, and who is of sound mind and is not disqualified from contracting by any law to which he is subject. So this definition has three aspects when we speak of competency of parties. So what are those aspects? One is relating to the age of the party to contract. The person who's entering into the contract should be major, he should not be minor. Now minor depends in different countries, it is a bit differently defined. We will look at the cap on the age of majority over here, what we mean when we say somebody is major. Then a person should be of sound mind, that is, he should be capable of making a rational judgment, and we will look at what is meant by a person is said to be of sound mind. And the person is not disqualified from contracting under any law to which he is subject. That is, which are the different laws which disqualify people. Some of those you have seen in company law last year in second year, that who cannot be a director, a person who does not hold qualification shares, a person who has been imprisoned who for 6 months or more, and 5 years have not elapsed since the completion of that term of imprisonment, a person who is convicted of fraud, misappropriation, these kind of terms and conditions were there. So this is just an example. That is, that person was not considered to be qualified to be a director because he was disqualified by the law to which he or she is subject. This is the brief explanation of which parties are competent to contract. So the points to remember from the definition of a competent party to a contract are that in order to be competent, a person should have attained the age of majority, should be of sound mind, should not be disqualified from contracting under any law to which he or she is subject. Now, going by that definition, which persons are then considered to be incompetent to contract? So, those who have not attained the age of majority, those who are incapable of making rational judgments of the effects of the contract on their own welfare, and if people are disqualified from contracting under any law. So, persons incompetent to contract therefore are minors, a person of unsound mind, and a person disqualified from contracting under any law to which he is subject, he or she is subject. Now, who is a minor? As per the Indian Majority Act 1875, the age of majority in India is specified as 18 years. So, any person who has not attained the age of 18, even if he is short by 1 day of the specified age of entering into a contract, he is disqualified from being a party to it by virtue of him being a minor. So, any individual domiciled in India who has not attained the age of 18 years is referred to as a minor. A minor's contract or agreement is void ab initio. A minor can be a beneficiary under a contract, but you cannot enforce a contract against a minor personally. We will be discussing the nitty-gritty of a minor's agreement, the rules relating to minor's agreement later in a separate video. For now, it would suffice for you to understand who is a minor and that his agreement, his or her agreement is void ab initio. That is, from the moment that you form an agreement with a minor, it is unenforceable against him. It is a void agreement. A minor may be a beneficiary under an agreement, but you cannot personally enforce an agreement against a minor. Now, who is a person of unsound mind? Very simply put, a person of unsound mind is someone who is incapable of forming a rational judgment regarding the effect that a particular contract or the obligations arising thereof would have on him, his own interest and his welfare. So, Section 12 of the Indian Contract Act 1872 says that a person is said to be of sound mind for the purpose of making a contract if at the time when he makes it, he is capable of understanding it and forming a rational judgment as to its effect upon his interests. This is Section 12. So, a person of unsound mind is a person who is incapable of making a rational judgment, or he is incapable of thinking rationally. This may be impaired by age, it may be impaired by his mental state or condition, his mental health. It also may be impaired by any bad habits which he have, any addictions, any dependence on any medication, and if he is under the influence of, say, hypnosis or any sort of an drunken or intoxicated state. So, these people are considered to be of unsound mind and therefore incompetent to contract. Now let's look at persons disqualified by law to which he or she is subject. So who are these people? Broadly, they are alien enemies. That is, if your country has political strife or tension with another country, then the citizens of that country may be regarded as alien enemies. Foreign ambassadors and sovereigns. Insolvents, that is, they do not have the financial capacity to meet their debts. Convicts, people who have been sentenced to imprisonment or who are undergoing imprisonment, those who have finished undergoing imprisonment, such people also may be disqualified by law. Companies and corporations may be disqualified under any law to which they are subject. So these are persons disqualified by law. So let's just recap. Who is a competent person to contract? A person is competent to contract when he or she has attained the age of majority, is of sound mind and capable of forming a rational judgment, and not disqualified from contracting under any law to which he or she is subject. This is meaning of a competent person. Who is a minor? In India, any person who has not attained the age of 18 is regarded as a minor. Who is a person of sound mind? A person who is not suffering from, or whose judgment or rational judgment and ability to think is not impaired by poor mental health, any sort of addiction or intoxication, hypnosis, or who is not under the influence of any sort of drugs or medication which will impair his judgment. Then who is disqualified from contracting? We've already seen this. The certain people who are disqualified from contracting, that is alien enemies, then foreign ambassadors and sovereigns, insolvents, convicts, companies and corporations. So that's the recap of competent parties to contract. I hope you found the short video on capacity of parties or competence of parties to contract useful. If you did, please hit like, submit your feedback in the form of comments. It will help me to improve the content on this channel. Do subscribe to this channel if you find the educational content here useful and appropriate. Also, please feel free to share it with anyone else who you feel might find value in it. Thank you. This is Dr. Mariam Noronha.